Now, sometimes, again, in certain places, I will go to places where I hear things that are not backed up by literature or history. My favorite one, probably, I will again go back to the step shade, is when someone with like 2 years wants to raise their hand and chastise everyone else for being an untreated alcoholic, and let everyone know that alcohol is only mentioned in the first step. That statement drives me crazy. The lack of respect for not only alcohol, but alcoholism, that might be a true statement if you've never read the big book. Specifically the first 110 pages. If you have read the first, depending on the edition you have, the actual steps up to working with others are 106, 110 pages. If you were to start reading and count how many pages of those early chapters are dedicated to the first tradition, to the first step, to the allergy, to alcohol, Polly just said 42. I would just challenge anyone, because I've tried to quit the debating society, but I can tell you, you won't be able to go under 40. You won't. You won't. It's simple math to divide 106 by 40. The first step is not like 1/12 or 1/10. You have to know what's wrong with you before the other steps will help heal you. It's imperative. You can't glance over drinking or alcoholism or the allergy. For most of us, we know that alcoholics are so thick-headed that until you really know how serious alcoholism is, why would you want to do the rest of the work after those 40 pages? You really have to know that it's a do or die situation. There's no other way out. And so, but I sometimes worry that when we talk about the traditions, we don't talk about the real alcoholic. That a lot of this is about the real alcoholic, that we're wired differently. I'm sure most of you know that. The book says we're wired mentally and physically, but we could take that we could do a whole workshop on that, right? For 3 days, we could have our whole weekend. How wired differently are alcoholics, right? But we know one thing is we all have one thing in common. We have to have the physical allergy and the mental obsession. Without those two things, there is no alcoholism. You need